Hey guys, welcome back to Follow This Behavior. Again, we are your hosts, OwlCast, and today in studio we have Blunt Force Karma.
What's up?
Yeah. Going.
Can you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves for everybody?
Sure. Well, I'm Kevin, guitar and backing vocals.
I'm Shay, also guitar and backing vocals.
I'm Justin. I'm just the vocalist.
I'm Ian on bass, some vocals.
I'm Tommy, I'm the drummer.
Nice. So, how did you guys all get together? Because you guys are relatively new, right? You guys just debuted a couple of singles.
Relatively new, I'd say. I mean, like, it's the three of us, me, Shay, and Justin, we were in a prior band together. And so this kind of came from that.
Yeah, we've been around for about 2 years now, but in the current, new improved version, we're...
The definitive lineup.
It's been a year now, I think, coming up on it.
Yeah.
I want to say Ian joined, because he was the last
January.
piece of the puzzle. He came in, like earlier this year,
Yeah,
right
like
after we
November.
released the new single.
Oh, so you're the newest member, yeah?
Yeah.
Guess so,
How'd they
yeah.
find you?
What's that?
How'd they find you?
How I found them on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Dirty sluts.
He
Like, you would be on fucking Craigslist.
he emailed us with a video of him playing the song that we had. I'm just like, whoa.
We're like, that's the fucking guy.
I've been ignored by enough bands on Craigslist that I knew what to do to call their attention. So
Nice.
We jammed with
Was
him
he
once, and it was like, all right, yeah, fuck yeah, come on, let's do this.
Was he playing the headless
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
video?
Yeah, that's been a constant.
All right, what were the thoughts on the headless first, impression?
It was definitely unique.
I just said it's the
You
first
didn't
time
like
I've ever
it.
seen
Oh, yeah.
anybody actually play one in front of me.
since the 80s.
Whatever works. He sounds good doing it.
Well, when he
don't they
first
look
showed up with
smaller?
it, we were
It looks
like,
tiny,
that
dude.
must be like your travel bass. And he was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
I
then we
thought
go
it
to
was
play
like
our
a-
first show, and I'm like, so which bass? He's like, oh, I'm just going to play the headless. And we're like, oh, okay.
I just like it that much.
But no,
In the
it's
end,
kind of
yeah.
become his thing. It's like a trademark now.
You're also not a short dude, so it looks like genuinely smaller on you. It's like the fact that the body's also skinny as fuck. It doesn't look real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it looks,
good.
it looks like an
sounds real.
unlockable in fucking Guitar Hero. You know what I mean? It's just like this is the glitch guitar.
I mean, it's about the music, man, and he plays the fuck out of it, so I don't care.
Well, it's actually a Steinberger.
Thank you very much.
Good harmony.
So you guys came in today to play Fate. It was an awesome fucking song. It had us literally humming the chorus right off the first
Yeah, I mean that song literally, like I tell them when I'm writing and I'm doing vocals, like it either spills onto the page or it's something that I'm just boggling my head over, like, oh, this isn't right, this isn't right. That song literally was just word after word, everything just went right down on paper, and then we played it, and it ended up becoming my favorite song. So,
I mean, I think that's the whole point of what we do musically. It's like, because there are some bands where it's all about being like aggressive and heavy, but it's like, well, you can be heavy and aggressive and like be metal, but you can still have like a hook and a good melody, because like that's what people are gonna remember. Like that's how people remember your shit. So yeah, like if you can come in one time or like play one show and people are leaving humming your shit, like that's what it's all about. That's why we do it. Because like. Same thing, like when we first started playing it, when I heard it for the first time with vocals, like I was humming it. I'm like, okay, we wound to something.
The intro you guys did today had me like hooked immediately. Like strong vocal intro, and then it just goes into a ripping fucking drum.
it's
fill.
like so many
It's
different
awesome.
genres all in one. Like you got thrash, I mean, you got like melodic death metal. I mean, it just keeps going,
Who started the idea for it?
So I had the structure of it written out on guitar, and I was really pushing of like, I really want something that's at 200 BPM. I don't care how, I just need something that's fast. And so then it, kind of like slows down at the end with like the gallopy part. But so I was like, yeah, this would be really cool. And then sent it to Justin with shitty program drums. And then this was actually the first song that Tommy was featured on too. So he got to like show off a lot.
So when did the drum intro like come in? Because that's a sick drum intro. Like, did you have that in the shitty like
No, I
program
I don't
drums? or
remember.
no?
I don't think it
No,
was.
we added the fill because we were starting straight on, and that wasn't.
that
working
came
the
in
best, so-
practice. Because I remember coming up with that, because we were just like, because originally it just started with the bop, bop, and it was like, we gotta have, it's almost like too immediate. And I don't remember whose idea it was, but it was like, oh, what about doing like a drum intro? And that's when he was like, well, like this.
Yeah,
And we're like, fuck yeah.
Chill out on the
Yes, exactly.
I actually help write all of his drums, though. Like, it's usually me that comes up with all of their parts, and then I just give it to them. You know,
I mean, that's pretty typical of how the songs are written. It usually starts out with just a like guitar demo from Shay, and then everybody
nice.
just kind of like will just put their
So you're like the
bits into
inception point.
Yeah,
the
it's
nucleus.
kind of to like start off with like, hey,
The
here's here's the idea of what I think the song should be, and then kind of like flushing it out and seeing like, okay, well, here's what like Kevin could bring to instead. Here's like what actual drums by someone who knows what drums should be will sound like. Here's vocal.
Your program tracks are very, probably 85% of them make it to the final
Hey!
the final parts. I'd say they're
That's
pretty solid.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Shay's pretty good with the
feel
programs. It
validated.
makes my life easy.
Yeah. Honestly, I have to wait for this guy. Most of the time, like, I tried writing vocals to our very first single, Hellfire, to program drums that he had, and it came out great. But then when we got the other drummer who came in and laid down the real track for us, it's like, oh my God, everything is changed now. Like,
So if we start with guitar, then drums, then we start getting a vocal idea, right?
as long as I got guitar, I can start drum. But usually, once we get drums down, it kind of gives
Kinda
us that
sets the
final.
tone?
Yeah.
All right. So then bass, second guitar, first, like start writing leads. Because I'm assuming you start with like a riff and then maybe some like progressions, yeah? Like,
Yeah, well, he and I will typically set aside like a night to meet up, just the two of us. And so like he'll show like, okay, well, this is the stuff that I'm thinking of, and then we'll just kind of start bouncing ideas because this is the first time for you, I think, being in a band with two guitar players.
Yes.
So we really wanted to like take advantage of that, because that's another thing I think in a lot of metal where it's like just both guitar players playing the same riff. But like you go back to stuff like Iron Maiden, for instance, all those like double guitars and stuff. I'm like, well, can we do something like that, but in like a more modern, context? So we try to really like that's why, like, for instance, Fate's such a cool one because it's got that like ping pong effect.
the,
It's like
the stereo was always there where I'm like, okay, this needs to be like two different things.
yeah, you guys give each other like breathing room and like
Yeah,
let
and-
everybody kind of have parts. Like, it's really solid.
Yeah, I mean, because
I heard it. I was here.
yeah, so we'll just sit down and like I'll sometimes have like, well, what if we put this riff here, or like I might have ideas for something to put in, and we'll just kind of hash out what the two of us want to do. And like, yeah, exactly. We want to give each other room. We don't want to be like trampling on each other's guitar parts.
We even trade up.
What part of the song?
Yeah.
What part of the song is everybody's favorite? Like,
I like the ending personally.
okay,
When it's over.
both. It's a good point.
Triply,
Yeah.
That's my close second one, but definitely my favorite is the like that diminished.
Diminished for
That-
days.
It's great.
I remember the first time like that we like nailed doing that. Like, 'cause, like there was lots of. 'Cause it's a hard part to do, but I remember the first time like I'm like, that's what it's supposed to sound like. Oh my god.
I mean, I love the verses because I think it's just like straight, just like, okay, this is like no nonsense, like thrash, like straight through it. So it's kind of having that nice dynamics of variety through everything is pretty cool. And then the pre-chorus, I get to scream over it. So.
Yeah, I would definitely have to go with him on, vocally at least. Like when I went to write this song, it's just like those verses just really stuck out. And like literally when I was writing it was just like done. And then everything else just kind of filled in and pieced together. But even after I wrote them, I put them down, I've let people listen to it. There's like, wow, that's like intense. Like that was the goal.
My personal favorite part was the chorus, like the vocal melody and the way you chose to sing that.
Yeah.
It was
this
like
guy.
it literally like it's such a nice growl, and it just kind of like it works perfectly as a hum. Like, it's a very good follow.
You can thank this guy. Originally, it wasn't like that. Like, I had a total, like, it was the same kind of sound, and then all of them in the studio are just like, no, do this. And it took like 2 different times of being there before I finally realized what you guys were asking me to do. And then
a lot of time tracking vocals on that one in the studio.
yeah, once we got it though, and he kind of, portrayed it to me the way he wanted it, and we figured out what we were supposed to do there. like it hit, and it was like, oh my god! And then we layered it, everything, and it just that part in the recording just really hit. So yeah.
Honestly, it sounded great live. Like I think it was a really good capture we had today, and it was just like, it sounded like to me it's the catchiest part
We
of the song.
appreciate that.
Dude, yeah, genuinely, everybody here that like was part of the process, we were all humming that during like room.
That's what we
flip.
want to hear.
We're gonna do a different song today. So.
Yeah, that's such a good song.
We were
like,
very
yeah.
close to playing a different tune, but I think it worked out.
Yeah, happy.
Honestly, I can literally say it was a thumbs up from all of us here.
And
Like,
I wanted the whole time.
it made a great impression. Like honestly, like is this your show opener?
No, not really.
We were gonna play the show opener. Right?
I advocated for this being the show opener.
I'm with you on that one.
Well, I mean,
I
either
stand,
open or
Kevin.
close, you know?
Well,
Yeah, no.
the thing is, like, no, it's usually a different
What do
set
we play
each time.
after?
You know, we don't
Yeah, because we
having a static set.
connected with another song. That's why we don't open, right?
We usually play it at the end of another song that we do because it's like we let something else ring out and then it's like, and then like right into it.
Is it like that on the recordings too that you guys did?
Yeah,
That's
because
what
we
we're going
haven't
for.
recorded the song that comes before it yet.
Oh,
but
sick.
in the
Gotta
next
wait for the
7 months,
album.
That's
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what we're going for.
do we want to ballpark the album?
well, we're going in for 2 more songs in like 2 months.
It might be a minute before we have like a full length ready.
but
Because we're still in the process of writing. I don't even think we have enough tunes written for a full album yet. Like I think we have enough ideas, but
Yeah,
we
we
just
have
gotta
them.
like, it's just getting them arranged and ready to record.
Finishing.
And just going in for a full length album, that just is such a huge undertaking. So we've been doing it in like bits, like 1 or 2 songs at a time.
Are we thinking?
And then eventually we'll put them all together.
Because like I mean, if this is like came out as a single, like little inside baseball right now, but like if this did come out as a single, and then you guys dropped like the prequel to it basically, and it bangs just as hard, it would be sick once
it
it's on.
does.
Like
Yeah,
We like to think
Exactly.
it bangs just as hard.
Honestly,
that would be
the
awesome.
next track, Snake Eyes, is the one that we're kind of looping with it. And to be honest,
Yeah.
if you ask me, vocally, that one is so much more intense.
and it gets way more proggy, so it's so much more.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the double guitar thing is becoming more and more prominent the more writing we do.
Yeah, especially with being able to like trade back and forth with solos and then harmonize over different parts of it. It's been really cool.
That's sick. I can't wait to see that. Hey, maybe you guys will come and do a live session of that.
We'd love
all for it.
We'd love to. This was a lot of fun.
You guys were great impression. Way to go, guys.
And this is the first time for me doing anything like this, and I loved it. Like this was, besides doing a music video when we did, in our old band, it kind of reminds me of when we did that, except for it's just a little more organized.
So we just had a band in here, out chasing squirrels, and
Was that what they were doing, or was that their name?
that's the band name. But like they have a song that they recorded here with us, and we were listening back to it, and somebody took a video, and in the video I cracked a beer at a part in the song, and then they like hit me up and they're like, actually, could you record a beer can and like put it right in that same spot you did it on the video?
It was like in time.
Yeah. So I was sitting there with like 6 beers, like different positions, different timings.
You drank them all, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like how you like.
I mean, it's a hard day's work, you know.
Make sure you get the reward.
One of these
That's
days we'll
Foley
have to
work,
do
yeah.
a joke version and replace all the snare hits with beers opening.
Yeah. That should have been, yeah.
Videos of like how to get fired from a gig. That's got, but like the Taco Bell dong.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we're also,
using it as the like,
working
bell tone
on
and
some
stuff.
live
Using
Like
the
breakdown.
The vinyl boom.
Yep.
Like from
Yeah.
the practices and shows and stuff.
From our last show at Reggie's, we had it filmed.
Which portrait was that?
Yeah, and we also got a recording from the front of house. So I just finished mixing the audio, and then a friend of ours is gonna edit all the video together. So hopefully, probably not the full show, but we picked out like what we thought were the best performances. So at least like 2 or 3 videos will probably be going up on our YouTube and social media and stuff.
Yeah,
Because
they
we
gotta
wanted
go
to be
on.
like, the studio tracks is that's like one aspect, but have some live footage, see what we do on stage.
How did you guys like playing at Reggie's? I
love it.
haven't
It's
been there.
great.
Fucking-
That place is great.
It was
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like, especially for a debut show. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
well worth the wait.
Yeah, Reggie's is one of the venues in the city that I feel like really supports the metal scene. I mean, they do everything
for
there,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of venues that, like, when you tell them, "Oh, we're a metal band," they're like, "Oh, never mind." Like it's like they want like indie rock and everything else. But Reggie's is like usually goes all in on the metal scene.
Yeah.
They're one of the few, so like it's always like great to play there because it just has the right vibe and.
Yeah, they've put some great shows. I literally went to a show the day before our show there.
Good food. Too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's and it's good sound. The staff are always really nice. So, they're always really well organized.
What's your guys' best show so far? Like, where do you think you had
That's
like
the only
best-
one.
Well, I was gonna say,
The Reggie show is definitely the best one.
Yeah.
It's also our worst show.
we were supposed
No, the
to
worst
have
show is what
a
we didn't
show-
play.
We were supposed to have a show prior to that one that we had set up. Unfortunately, my buddy who was promoting it hit us up, I want to say probably almost a week before the show to let us know that the owner of the establishment had passed away, and they decided
fuck.
that they just it wasn't in their budget. They didn't want to do it no more. So we kind of got our first show canceled on us, and then Reggie's just kind of popped up on us, and we jumped all over it. So.
Shout out to Shane at Empire
I was gonna
Productions.
say, where did that come from?
Yeah, lots and lots of emailing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our focus lately has been on like writing more and getting more stuff out there because it's hard also for venues to want to book a band that like they've never heard of and there's not a lot of content.
Yeah.
So like that's what we've been trying to do is beef
How
up
many
our
songs do you
content.
guys think the album's gonna be?
Don't even know yet.
We'll have to see how many we write.
Yeah, well, we'll tell you when we've written them.
The next,
Right now, we've got 5 or 6
At least.
like bagged.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then we have a shared
Couple
Google
more.
Drive where like we collaborate on the demos before we get to like playing them together.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's got like 12 or 13 more songs.
You guys put a new
Alex
track up there
ideas.
every day.
And that's not even counting like stuff that we just haven't demoed yet. So there's plenty of stuff like in process. It's just deciding what's the best stuff, to work on first and what stuff's gonna come later. And so yeah, I guess we'll know when it happens.
but yeah, the next recording will have 2 songs.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a double single or 2 singles. But yeah, we got 2 ready to go.
Is there like an overarching theme that you guys find is like with the music?
Instrumentally, I can't speak for them, but like I definitely would have to say, vocally, a lot of it is just whatever. Honestly, current event for me is happening. Like whatever's pissing me off the most is when I take something and obviously I write to it, and that's kind of how I've been doing most of my lyrics for this band and even our last band. It's just you don't hear many good metal songs that are written about happy. So it's like everything that bothers me in the world, I make sure I jot it down on paper because more than likely it's going to turn into a really good song. So
Have you guys checked out Dwarven metal?
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
No.
Buddy, it's been all over my fucking
Got like
Instagram.
goblin metal,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we know.
It's literally like thematic metal where it's like the dude's dressed in full dwarven armor. Like,
Hell yeah.
You ever heard
like
of moan
Viking
metal? Moan
What's that?
metal.
No.
So like I thought it was a complete joke, and like somebody sent me a video of it, and this really really gorgeous woman is doing the vocals. I mean, she's got some straight pipes on her. I mean, screaming. It sounds so good, and it gets to the chorus and just I'm like,
isn't that just
the hell just happened?
I was about to say, I'm like R&B. Like,
No, I'm telling you,
I was
if
thinking-
you ever get a chance,
Yeah.
look up moan metal, and you're gonna be like, I'm fascinated
Yeah.
and I'm disturbed
Roused?
all at the same time. Yeah,
you guys fuck with Mongolian throat metal?
Fuck yeah, I saw that.
The
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
I saw the Who open for Iron Maiden actually.
No
Like
shit.
a month ago. It was fucking
That's
great.
an awesome sentence. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, no, fucking, I'm super into
Wait, you went to that
the Mongolian
Yeah.
throat.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. Hell
There's
yeah.
a guy that does like, I think it's like either house or trance, like techno style stuff, but he does it with like the throat singing. It's fucking hypnotic, dude.
That sounds cool.
So how did that band not get sued by the actual Who?
Spelled different.
It's spelled
I
different.
guess yeah, it's spelled different.
Yeah.
Because I was
I'm
curious.
waiting for the mashup.
Well, when I went to the show as well, I see the Who, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see the Who, and then all of a sudden, all these guys come out and say, who the fuck are they?
See the fucking horse
got a big ass,
The
you know,
solos were
It's like
amazing.
no one is
yeah.
smashing guitars here.
yeah.
They look so cool.
I think they put
Listen,
some
I'm waiting
bands
for the
on.
Mongolian throat singing version of Pinball Wizard.
Dude, like, literally, you listen to the shit and you're just like, yeah, I could ride a horse into battle. Like, if that's playing in my head, horse into battle.
Yeah.
Hey, they were really good though. They surprised me. Like me and my brother went and we're just watching, and like all of a sudden they all came out. I was like, well, it's not the Who. So you know they started playing, and both me and him at first we were about to mock it, and make fun of it, and then they started jamming. I'm like, these guys rock. Like they're pretty good.
You guys seen Baby Metal?
No,
I haven't seen it.
I
no,
want
but
to
now
see
they
Baby Metal.
play it here,
I
yeah.
heard it's a fantastic show.
Yeah.
The songs are crazy.
Aren't they in like their
Yeah.
40s at this point?
I don't know, but they did. It feels like they've been
The
around
name
forever.
is a
No,
misnomer at this point. But yeah.
I saw
Probably,
a
yeah.
band in Vietnam. They were K-pop core, so it was like the dancing choreograph with like girl like choruses, verses. I don't know, but then like screaming vocals and like it was fucking awesome. Great show, fireballs everywhere. Like, yeah, there's so many different types of metal now. It's awesome.
well, I'd say when I was a kid, I always wanted to. I made fun of it, and like told all my friends because I'd always just be jamming in the basement or something. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm gonna take all these Disney songs and I'm gonna make them all heavy. Keep all the same words, just make them really heavy. And then, that's a stupid idea. And now you got guys making lots of money doing exactly that.
It's a great idea. There's a guy that does like the fucking Lion King song,
Yes.
like all metaled up.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
But it actually, it's because it makes it difficult when people are like, oh, you're in a metal band. Like, what kind of metal is it? I'm like, yeah. So it's because
Everything
there's so
metal.
many, like subgenres now. And I'm like, well, we kind of like have like bits and pieces of lots of our, because we all have lots of different influences. So like, it's almost hard to tell people like what we sound like. Because like, yeah, there's so many different things. Like I tell people, oh, it's like thrashy, melodic, death metal.
That's just where I go. A lot of death metal. That's the best way with thrash.
There's so much cool, like, different instrumentation experimentation going on in, like, the metal scene right now. It's really cool. Like, the variety of metal that is available now, like, dude, it's a really fun, expanding genre. Like, it's not like, for a lot of people that don't listen to metal, they think it's kind of, like, not
same.
different. But the variety is
Yeah.
fantastic. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's a really cool genre, and it hypes you up. Like, it
Yeah.
really charges you
Well,
up.
speaking of, because earlier we were talking about like, well, like what's like the themes. I think a lot of it honestly is like just it's catharsis. Because it's for making such aggressive music. I think people who aren't part of the metal scene, like they expect metalheads to be like really aggressive. But it's like you go to like a metal concert, and everyone's like super chill, like, hey, what's going on, man? But it's like it's because all that aggression comes out, like in the music. And I think that's why people will gravitate toward it. Because I know for me, like, after every practice or every show, or even just like when we played earlier, it's like there's like it's aggressive and it's heavy, but it's like afterwards I feel fucking fantastic. Because like you get all that pent up energy and like,
It's really
it all
refreshing.
comes out. It's like therapy.
Yeah, we've had many practices where it's like one of us has come through going like, man, this week was shit, and I need something, and then coming out of it going like, dudes, yes, that we need. Thank you.
The best is like actually on the way home, like there's always like, that was a fucking I needed that so much,
I usually join that conversation about an hour and a half after it started because, it takes me that long to get home.
Yeah, the commitment. Like, I heard it was past Joliet.
I
Is that
drive
true?
from Kankakee.
Don't know where that is. Literally never heard of it.
That's why he's always late. He doesn't even know.
It's about
Boy will
an
never
hour and a
mind.
half to 2 hours south of here. I do it every practice, every
It's a
show.
general hour distance from wherever we are. Nobody
Yes.
knows where this location is.
This undisclosed location.
This was actually exactly, besides the special people on the road, the GPS read out, I think, 1 hour and 37 minutes.
That's commitment.
That's commitment. Yeah, that's a crazy drive. All right, so it was super fun having you guys in today. Thank you so much for making the long drive from wherever.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
No, this was so much fun.
Yes,
we really
thank you so
enjoyed
much
it.
for having
It was
us
great.
with us.
It was a
Really.
blast having you guys. It was a fantastic song. Go ahead and plug the song and tell people where to find you.
Yeah, this is Fate off of our double single Night Terror / Fate. You can find it on all distributors.
Everything.
Yeah.
YouTube, Spotify,
Basecamp.
Pandora,
Apple Music.
everywhere.
Wherever you stream your music, it's there.
Hopefully, more new music coming soon.
Yeah, and make sure to follow us on Instagram. We update for shows, single releases, all that kind of stuff. We also got merch. Come see us at a show, get a shirt, headbang with us.
Get a lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have those.
Come get a headache and a
Thank you
lighter.
guys so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cut it.